Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. These guys really think we are dumb, and for good reason, because they get away with a lot of stuff they shouldn't. In this case, they have this debt drama, and I will show you two articles here how we are supposed to look at things and how things really are. So you see a crime and you're supposed to call it, I don't know, massage making or a service providing situation. But when it's a crime, you're supposed to look at it in a certain way. When it's not a crime, you're supposed to look at it as a crime. So sometimes the rules are really reversed. So what's going on here? We have this little article here. I will start with this one. And it says U.S. debt drama nears end as Senate tackles default threat. So they call the debt, drama, obviously, and the Senate will take care of the default threat. So we are going to be safe when the debt will be, debt limit will be raised, will be increased. That means we can borrow more because we are actually inefficient. But hey, they call this a drama, yes, because there's the default threat. Default is, in this case, looking at bare reality and say, hey, we are not productive, we are working in deficit, we have to cut spending in order to pay our debt, and then we have to provide an appropriate or a friendly business environment in order to be able to pay the debt. No, these guys decided the other way around. We will be irresponsible and we will continue to increase our debt limit. That means we can borrow more and more. But we're not going to receive more from like the income. It's like a family. They say, no, it's not a family because a family dies, but a country never dies. Well, if you increase this over and over, you don't create the productivity, then the country will become a slave of whom? Of the guys that you borrow from. And who are those? We don't know. We don't know. But anyway, we'll be the slaves of those guys. So yes, it's going to be a perpetual increase of the debt limit, and with the productivity is going to lag behind. And it's okay, an economist, an expert says. I don't think it's okay whatsoever. I think you have a child and the child spends more money than you give him, and he gets in debt. And then what do you do instead of saying, I'm not going to give you any more money until you take care of your debt? No, you increase the amount of money you give the child to get in deeper debt and deeper debt. Now, how responsible that is? Obviously, it's not responsible, but hey, what would be a default? Child, I don't know, my man. You go to jail. I don't know, you work in jail. I'm not going to give you any more money, and you work for it. You create a plan to pay the debt, and then we talk about it. You gotta change something. We can't go on like this. No, these guys are saying, no, we can. We just say, hey, we're going to borrow more. So that's the first threat, facing reality, which reality is we suck, and what do? We borrow money to take care of our needs. Now that's the reality. That's a threat. Instead of changing the condition, we just change the appearance. Just continue our fake reality. So let's go back to this article and read a little bit here. So see how this is Schumer, overrepresented group here, and here we have this weasel. I mean, they're both weasels, but in different ways. I don't see any African American here, so they're underrepresented, but right? U.S. senators raced Thursday to pass a bipartisan debt limit deal approved overwhelmingly by the House of Representatives, with the worst-case scenario of an economy cratering default seemingly avoided. So the senator raced, so they work hard for us. And why? The worst-case scenario showing that we suck and we should default. And it was avoided. How? Borrow more. More of the same stupid thing that gets us in debt. The Treasury has warned it could run out of money to pay its bills by Monday. So your family would not be able to pay the bills by Monday. But hey, let's buy some booze, some cigarettes, ladies of the night, continue with the cable, 5 televisions, 5 phones, and all that, and a car, and so on. And not all one car, 5 cars, let's put this per family. Leaving almost no room for delays in enacting this is another thing that I wanted to point out. It's called Fiscal Responsibility Act. So this, borrowing more money and increasing the debt limit, the bar, getting it higher, what do? We are fiscal responsible. That's how they call it, which suspends the debt limit through 2024 while trimming federal spending. Oh my God! Look, they work responsibly right here, right? The Senate will stay in session until we send the bill to avoiding default to President Biden's desk. Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said on the floor of the upper chamber of Congress. We will work, man. We will keep working until this job is done, man. Okay, and now let's go with this one, and I want to show you the hypocrisy. Russia Today. U.S. House approves bill to increase debt limit. Okay, so we're going to borrow more. Now look what's on this little thing. This is what I got this article right here. The Fiscal Responsibility Act. Now, if this is not a comedy, I don't know what to say. This is, again, I don't see any Latino here. I don't know any Asians here. I don't see any African Americans. So underrepresented, obviously. Hey, they don't care actually, you see? So, the Fiscal Responsibility Act. So, what did I say? Give your child more money that you've been giving him before. He's going to spend more money, and that's called the Fiscal Responsibility Act. But hey, we avoided the threat. Who got us in this situation again? They did. Not us, they did. Through their little policies and maneuvers. Yeah, and then who's paying for this? We pay. Why? Do you think that debt comes free? Like, hey, we're going to get some money for free? No, we're going to pay for it. With more taxes, our children will be in more debt, our grandchildren, and so on. So it's a perpetual slavish circle that we are in. And they call it the Fiscal Responsibility Act. But a great number of these people here who vote will not see that. And they say, yes, damn, we avoided the threat of default. That is the threat of facing reality. This is America. What can we do about it? This is the democratic system that we like, with those guys in charge. And they work very hard in session for us to avoid reality. What would you do if you were a company? I tell you what you would do if you were a company. You would cut some things for a while, be productive again, pay your things, and then rehire everybody in. That's what I would do. Oh my God, but who are those guys gonna be? Well, first, who got us in that situation? You fired, obviously, okay? And then we go from there. It's not gonna be them fired, because those guys that work, in the, in a factory and all that, they are the guys who do what you tell them to do. You are the leader. You are the one who designed all this. So I will start with them. And I will not start only, okay, I get you out of office. Certain things could be penalized in a criminal way. For instance, I would penalize a president of a country who just gives billions of dollars to some other country without asking me, which eventually is going to hit me. I think that's not legal. I would not make that legal. I would make a referendum. I would make something like that. It can't be like that. If Biden wants to give, $500 billion to, let's say, Burundi, nobody can stop him. Is that how it is? Obviously, you got the mass media creating the need, and there you have it. Democracy. Let's go. It's only rock and roll. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.